All right, I think I forgot my sheet. Grab that. I know what we're doing today. You guys did a great job cleaning up. I think it helps that we kind of kept our room clean as we were playing. If you clean up before you go to the next area, if everybody does that, cleans up before they go to the next area, our room stays really clean. And then when it's time to clean up, it's super easy because everything's already cleaned up except for exactly what we've been playing with, right?
Right.
So that's why Miss Nikki and Miss Jean and Miss Chris sometimes will say, oh, clean up the puzzle before you go. If you take all the puzzle pieces out, you need to put all the puzzle pieces back. And if you need help, you can always ask the teacher to help you, right? But you should always clean up the area you're at. It makes cleanup time, the rest of the time, really easy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see here. Starting back at the top with Sydney. Purple?
Yeah.
There you go. Where are you going to put it?
On the tree.
On the tree. She's climbing a tree. I like it. Do you like how I put the dots on different parts of the park?
Yeah.
Like we put it.
Now we have 3 left.
3 left. Yep, 3 left.
And if we move, and if we get one more, we will win our park.
We'll get our park party. Yep, you're right.
I can't wait. In the park, in the afternoon friends, but 5 more, yeah?
They do have 5 more. You're right. Yep, you're right. All right, let's move our day over. Okay. Today is
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
May 11th.
11th. Good job. Tuesday, May 11th today. Move this over. Talk about what we have for the rest of the week. Tomorrow we have Share Day. Thursday we have 2 things. Sorry. Tomorrow we have Miss Allison. Why are we just yelling out things that aren't true? Think about what I'm saying. Tomorrow is not a home day. Tomorrow is a Miss Allison day. Yep. The next day is, we've got 2 things. We've got a fire drill and we've got Share Day. And everybody said they were going to help, right? Or help bring something in. So we could see how many things we could have on our board. Wouldn't it be fun if we could have a word for everybody on our board? That would be super cool. And we would get to see lots of share stuff too, which would be kind of fun too. Okay? All right. Yesterday, what did we do yesterday? What was our activity yesterday? Yeah, we did our shape, right? And we're still finishing ours. Friends at home, I don't know if you guys had a chance to finish yours. We are still working on ours. So yes, yesterday we did our shape is just a shape, right? Today, we are going to play, we're going to do 2 different things. Friends at home, you guys are going to play a game called What Am I? And you'll play it with either paper or a whiteboard. And Miss Nikki will use the directions. And then I also have a game linked for you guys to do today too. A little scavenger hunt, fun thing that you'll get a chance to do today too. Okay? We are also going to play the What Is It game. Okay? So the What Is It game, I need something to like write it on. At school, we're going to be using a whiteboard to do the What Is It game. Maybe I'll grab a whiteboard. And then, maybe. Maybe not, just kidding, our whiteboards are put away. We'll have to use something different. Anyways, we're gonna play the what is it game. I'll just do it on a piece of paper instead. And I think you guys had a little bit of a chance to play with Miss Jean one time where we would say, I have 2 big lines and 1 little line across. What am I?
A.
Ooh, but those,
H.
there you go. 2. So if I say we have 2 big lines and 1 little line across, I am letter H. Good job. I have, or I am a magic C that goes back up to the top. What am I? O. Magic C that goes back up to the top is an O. Good job. I am a big line down and a little curve at the top. What am I? Good job, Brantley. P. Big line down, little curve at the top would be the letter P. Good job. We'll do one more together. I am big line down, a little line at the top, and a little line at the bottom. What am I? Good job. So that's what we're going to play today. We're going to play a game where we're going to be trying to figure out what letters we are or what letters to write by the hints that Miss Nikki gives you. Okay? Friends at home, that's what you guys are going to be playing too. So you're going to need an adult helper today to play your What Am I game. If you have a whiteboard at home, you could use it, or a chalkboard at home, or just a piece of paper is fine too. And then get out your handwriting book, because in the back it says what they all are. If it's a slide and a little line, or what your adult helper might need to be able to give you the hint to make the letter today. So that's the game that we're going to play. And then friends at home, you'll have a little link for a scavenger hunt you're going to work on while we do something different in class today. So that's kind of what we did yesterday, what we did today. We're going to do a book. We're going to vote on a book. I have 2. I have Maggie and Milo, and I have Moustache. Not mustache. Moustache. Okay? All right. Max, which one would you like to hear?
The puppy book.
Maggie and Milo? Okay. Karen, which one would you like to hear?
Maggie and Milo.
Okay. Austin, what would you like to hear?
The moon.
Moustache? Scarlett, what would you like to hear?
The doggy book.
Maggie and Milo?
Yeah.
What letters do both of our titles start with? M. They both start with M. Sydney, what would you like to hear?
The dog.
Maggie and Milo?
Yeah.
Okay. Grant, what would you like to hear?
Mustache moon.
Moustache?
Yeah.
Okay. Lily, what would you like to hear?
Mustache.
Moustache. Okay. Etta, what would you like to hear?
Mustache.
Alright. Hunter, what would you like to hear?
A mustache.
Okay. Brantley, what would you like to hear?
Mustache.
Moustache. Valeria, what would you like to hear?
The puppy one.
Maggie and Milo?
Yeah.
Jameson, what would you like to hear?
Mustache.
Moustache. Mason, what would you like to hear?
Mustache.
Castor, what would you like to hear?
Mustache.
Okay. Any guesses on which one won?
Mustache.
We can kind of look and see that Moustache won, but let's still count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Up, down, and around, and a hat on top. Now we have a clown. Okay. 1, 2, Good job. All right, we are reading Moustache today. Show me you are ready for a story. Sit down. Crisscross applesauce. Oh, there is a lot of hair. Moose had a problem. A horrible, hairy, prickly problem. It grew right below his nostrils and just above his upper lip. It was a moustache. Now, not a few spare hairs or a shiny little stubble. No mere weak wandering whiskers on the upper lip of this moose. No sirree. Moose had a big, bushy, bristly, mighty moustache. But a moustache that was burly and surly and mangy and mess, and it itched a lot. Moose was in a frizzy tizzy. The moustache was completely crimping his style. He was a great hoofer, but he could barely bop and hip hop with a moustache going flip flop. He was a wonderful chef, but he simply could not flambe his souffle with all of those whiskers in the way. What's a chef?
I bake.
A baker is somebody that bakes. What's a chef?
Somebody that cooks.
Yep, somebody that cooks for their job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was a daring skier, but how could he downhill race with the mighty moustache blowing in his face? Moose had to do something soon, but what? After days and days of much serious thought, Moose got an idea. He crossed some hair here, he crossed some hair there, and he tied the moustache around his neck. A moose scarf seemed to be the ideal answer to his problem. It was so simple, so easy, so perfectly perfect. Think that's going to solve his problems?
No. Why would you do that?
But then his moustache got knotted and mangled and horribly tangled. And those hundreds of hairs still prickled and tickled. Worse. It's okay that it's funny, but if I can't read because you're laughing that loud, then that's going to be hard for me. Right? Worse, Moose could barely take a breath with all that moustache wrapped around his neck. So Moose untied, unwrapped, unknotted, and gulped some fresh air. He was able to breathe again. He got another idea. He parted some hair this way. He parted some hair that way. And he heaped all the moustache on top of his head. Mustachioed antlers seemed to be the ideal answer to his problem. It was so simple, so easy, so perfectly perfect, until a squadron of squirrels and one very nosy gopher moved right in to the Moose Motel. They huddled and hoarded, burrowed in and burrowed out. Hunter, can I have you grab a chair, please? Thank you, bud. Needless to say, it became quite crowded up there on Moose's head, and heavy and messy. Did he solve his problem? No. And very, very noisy. The squirrely chitting and chatting, squeals and squawks woke Moose every morning before the crack of dawn, and that gopher was giving the moose one hairy headache. Moose needed his sleep. He needed his rest, and he needed his privacy. Mustachioed antlers? Nuts, said Moose. So he unparted and unpiled, untwisted and untwined, and said adios to the hairy horns. But now what? What? The miserable moose took hold of a hunk of hair, and he wrestled it, then roped it. He tethered, tied, tamed, aha, a moose tail. Now that was so simple. That was so easy. That was so not perfectly perfect. Talk about a dizzy do. Moose didn't know if he was coming or going. Backward, forward, this way, that way. He didn't know which end was which. Moose had to bail on the tail. Austin, leave him alone. And so he thought and thought and thought some more. But no other idea was a worthy winner. Braids were a bother. A moustache sweater? Too sweltering, meaning too hot. A net? Not. Poor Moose. His problem was truly terrible, unbreathable, just downright sad. He felt so alone and didn't know what else to do. Then, call it fate, call it destiny. It was probably dumb luck, but one day Moose tripped on his moustache and just had no time to dunk. Oof! Well, pardon me, they both said as they bumped. Then they blinked, and they stared, and their hearts went thump. She was a moose with a bouffant so bodacious, outrageous. Well, it was just plain old big. Hair after hair piled higher and higher. A skyscraping dew of glorious curls. A tower of swirling twists and twirls. She was simply splendid, stupendous, absolutely superb. He met a girl moose.
That's so funny, right?
Of course, Moose had to ask how she did what she did to get such a do. Ms. Moose winked and then whispered, "Just get a little glue." So, she helped he fearlessly plunge a hoof into a fat pot of the white, gooey goop. And carefully, oh so carefully, they glopped and they plopped, they pasted and they pressed, they coaxed and curled every truly unruly, wayward whisker. And around they tweaked and twirled those horrible hairs until Moose's once mangly mess was now a wondrous, winding wave of marvelous moustache. Moose gazed in the mirror and smiled a broad, moosey smile. He was so happy, so glad, just giddy with glee. He looked dashing and handsome. Moose gushed, "Is that really me?" You ready?
Yeah.
With not a care for one hair, the moose pair boogied and bopped. They skied downhill, even uphill, and their cooking was hot, hot, hot. Did he solve his problem?
Yeah.
So of course it wasn't long after that, Moose and his moustache and his beautiful bride, Fox, trotted and tangoed and waltzed down the aisle. Good hair days, bad hair days, they vowed to love and cherish, and with hearts heaped with love and pots filled with goop, they both sighed I do glue and promised never to part. They fell in love. It was simple, so easy, so perfectly perfect. And it stuck. They had a baby moose. Okay, let's wait. Nope, we gotta do it. We gotta learn X today. We gotta learn X. I gotta go grab it.
Yay.
Okay. Letter X. Okay? Okay, so X goes like this. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do our whole dance because it's snack time already. So I'll teach you X, and then maybe when we come back from snack, if we have time, I'm gonna do some singing and dancing though too, so we'll have to see. But we'll do it sometime this week with our new one. But I do wanna teach it to you, okay? X says X. X says X. X-ray in the box. That's it. Super easy. Okay? Do it with me. X says X. X says X. X-ray in the box. So you make your X and you say X, right? And then you make your box and you put it in the middle. Okay? One more time. X says X. X says X-ray in the box. Nice work. All right, friends at home, we're going to do a little snack time. We will come back and we'll do a little singing and dancing. And we did talk about what you're going to be doing today, but I'll have directions on your classroom page of what you can be doing, of how that's going to work too, okay? In case your helper didn't see this video yet. All right? See you in a little bit. Bye.